Do you feel like your social circle is shrinking, but you can't figure out why? We might just have the answers you're looking for. Today, we're uncovering the manipulative strategies used by narcissistic partners to isolate their spouses. Join us as we unveil the truth and find ways to reclaim your social life. 1. Creating doubt and mistrust. A common strategy a narcissistic wife will use is sowing seeds of doubt about your friends and family. She might subtly suggest that they don't have your best interests at heart, or invent stories that cast them in a suspicious light. This tactic aims to create a wedge between you and your loved ones, making you question their loyalty and intentions. Over time, these doubts can accumulate, leading you to mistrust those who were once close, and deepening your reliance on the narcissist. 2. Criticizing your relationships. A narcissistic wife often views your close relationships as threats to her control. She might criticize the people you care about, pointing out their flaws and failures relentlessly. Her criticisms can range from their personality traits to the way they interact with you, painting them in a consistently negative light. This constant negativity can be exhausting and confusing, leading you to avoid seeing friends and family to escape the criticism. This isolation serves her need to be the central and controlling figure in your life. 3. Dominating social interactions. In social situations, a narcissistic wife may attempt to dominate conversations and interactions. She might interrupt, talk over, or even belittle you in front of others. These actions can be embarrassing and demoralizing, leading to a decrease in your willingness to participate in social gatherings. She might insist on being the center of attention, making every event about her needs and experience, and so taking away the enjoyment for you. 4. Sabotaging special occasions. She might choose significant occasions like birthdays or anniversaries to create drama or conflict, knowing these are times when you might actually seek to strengthen bonds with others. By instigating arguments or sulking, she ensures that the focus remains on her and her feelings, overshadowing the event. This tactic can lead to cancelled plans or leaving gatherings early, straining your relationships and solidifying her control over your social life. Friends and family might even begin to see these occasions as stressful or unpleasant and start to pull back from the relationship themselves. 5. Spreading false narratives. A particularly insidious tactic is the spreading of false narratives or rumours about you to friends, family, and acquaintances. By portraying you as unstable, unreliable, or even abusive, she can turn people against you, often under the guise of seeking help or advice. This manipulation not only isolates you from your support network, but can also lead to a damaging reputation that's hard to repair. These stories can be particularly convincing as they often contain a grain of truth, albeit twisted, making them more difficult for others to dismiss outright. 6. Manipulating communication. Your narcissistic wife may control or manipulate communication between you and your loved ones. She might intercept, monitor, or limit your phone calls, texts, or emails, ensuring she remains the gatekeeper of your social interactions. This control can extend to insisting on being present during your conversations, or even speaking on your behalf, effectively silencing your voice. This manipulation not only isolates you, but also undermines your ability to maintain independent relationships, leaving you more dependent on her. 7. Undermining your confidence. By constantly criticizing or belittling your opinions and choices, she can make you feel less capable and unworthy of respect from others. This erosion of self-esteem might make you more reluctant to engage socially, for fear of embarrassment or because you feel you have little value to offer. 8. Inducing guilt. A narcissistic wife often employs guilt as a tool to keep you from engaging with others. She might suggest that spending time with friends or family means you do not value your relationship with her, or that you're neglecting her needs. This tactic can make you feel selfish or guilty for wanting to maintain these connections, leading to cancelling plans or declining invitations. Over time, these missed opportunities can result in a significant distance between you and your loved ones. 9. Gaslighting. Gaslighting is a powerful tactic used to destabilize your perception of reality, making you question your judgment and memories. If you recall an incident involving friends or family, she might deny it ever happened or accuse you of misremembering the details. This manipulation can create a sense of confusion and self-doubt, making you more reliant on her version of events. It's a technique that not only isolates you from others, but also erodes your trust in your own experiences, making you more susceptible to her influence. 10. Playing the victim. Your narcissistic wife may play the victim to turn others against you and sabotage your relationships. She might portray herself as the wronged party in your relationship, seeking sympathy and support from your friends and family. This can lead to them taking her side and viewing you as the antagonist. It's a strategy that not only isolates you, but also seeks to ruin your reputation and relationships in one fell swoop, making it challenging to seek support or rebuild these crucial connections. 11. Creating triangles. A narcissistic wife may engage in triangulation, involving others in your disputes or confiding in friends and family about issues typically reserved for the marital relationship. By doing this, she can sway their opinions against you, garnering their support and sympathy. This maneuver not only alienates you from these individuals, but can also make you feel betrayed and isolated, as your personal issues are unfairly exposed and used as ammunition. 12. Exaggerating flaws. Another tactic is exaggerating your flaws when discussing them with others. By magnifying your weaknesses or mistakes in her stories to friends and family, she paints a picture of you that's not only unfair, but also demeaning. This exaggerated negative portrayal can change others' perceptions of you, leading to strained relationships. The more these stories circulate, the more isolated you become, as those around you start to doubt your character based on her narrative. 13. Creating dependence. She might subtly work to make you dependent on her, especially in your social life. By positioning herself as your primary or sole confidant and companion, she can isolate you from a broader support network. Over time, as you feel more alienated from others and more reliant on her, your ability to seek help or maintain independent relationships outside the marriage diminishes. This dependence ensures that her control over your social interactions remains unchallenged. 14. Sabotaging social engagements. A narcissistic wife might actively sabotage your social engagements, either by creating scheduling conflicts, withdrawing emotionally if you attend, or causing a scene during events. These actions can make socializing stressful and unpleasant, eventually leading you to avoid these situations altogether. This tactic not only limits your interactions with others, but can also lead to a damaging sense of isolation and loneliness as your social life shrinks. 15. Restricting access to resources. Controlling or limiting your access to resources, such as a car or money, can be a method of sabotaging your relationships. Without these resources, your ability to socialize or maintain connections becomes severely restricted. By creating a situation where you are dependent on her for transportation or finances, she ensures your world revolves around her, further isolating you from the support and companionship of others and keeping you under her influence. 16. Undermining your parenting. In a situation where children are involved, a narcissistic wife often attempts to sabotage her husband's relationship with them. This can take the form of undermining his authority or decisions, perhaps telling the kids that their father's rules are unnecessary or too strict. She might play the good cop to his bad cop, creating a rift within the family dynamics. The husband can feel isolated, not just from his spouse, but also from his children, struggling to maintain a healthy, authoritative role in their lives. It's important to communicate openly with children and create a united front as parents, despite any marital issues. 17. creating dependency. Another manipulation tactic is to create a scenario where the husband becomes overly dependent on her, financially, emotionally, or socially. She might discourage him from pursuing personal interests or career opportunities, subtly suggesting they're not worthwhile or feasible. Over time, the husband might find his social circle dwindling and his professional life stagnating, leaving him feeling dependent on his wife for social, emotional, and financial support. 18. Feeding misinformation. Misinformation can be a powerful tool in a narcissistic wife's arsenal. She might share incorrect or misleading details about her husband to friends and family, portraying him as incapable, untrustworthy, or even mentally unstable. These stories can alienate the husband from shared social networks, leading to a sense of isolation. The husband must stay alert to such tactics and work to maintain open, honest channels of communication with mutual acquaintances, gently correcting any misinformation without engaging in public disputes. 19. Overbooking social calendars. Overscheduling social activities, especially those a husband dislikes or feels uncomfortable with, is a subtle form of isolation. By filling the calendar with such events, the narcissistic wife ensures that her husband has little time or energy to foster personal relationships or pursue individual interests. It's essential for the husband to set boundaries around his time and commitments, ensuring he retains a sense of personal identity and the freedom to maintain his own social connections. 20. Playing the victim. In any conflict or situation, the wife might portray herself as the aggrieved party, twisting circumstances to appear as though she's suffering because of her husband's actions, or lack thereof. This can win her sympathy and support from those around them, further isolating the husband. It's important for him to recognise this tactic and not engage in defensive or argumentative behaviour, which may only reinforce her narrative. Instead, focusing on constructive communication and seeking external support if needed can be helpful strategies in these scenarios. With our discussion on relationship sabotage by a narcissistic partner coming to a close, what will you uncover next? Learn about the ways a covert narcissistic wife abuses her husband, or how to break free from the narcissistic supply chain. Thanks for tuning in, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.